Danger is not the enemy. Distraction is. This is one of the deepest truths you will ever realize in life. We live in a time where people believe the greatest threats are external accidents, disasters, financial losses, betrayal, natural calamities, or sudden events that shake the world. But let me tell you something very important. Those things are rare, and most of the time, they can be survived. The true enemy, the one that destroys more dreams than any earthquake or storm, is distraction. Distraction is silent. It doesn't roar like a lion. It whispers like a thief in the night. It takes from you the most precious resource you have. Not money, not status, but time. And once time is gone, nothing can bring it back. Now, think about what God said. September 12 and 15 are very dangerous. When you first hear that, what do you feel? Most people feel fear, anxiety, or uncertainty. They start thinking of external events, maybe an accident, maybe a global crisis, maybe something bad in their personal life. But what if I told you that the true danger of those days is not what happens to you, but what happens inside you? What if I told you that the greatest threat you face on those days is that you might live them unconsciously, completely distracted, completely asleep, completely disconnected from the present moment? Life is not destroyed in a single blow. It is destroyed by 1,000 tiny cuts, and those cuts are called distractions. You think you have time. You think you can waste today because tomorrow will be better. You think you can postpone your goals because there's always next week. But what if there isn't? What if those 2 days, September 12 and 15th, carry opportunities that will never come again? Conversations that could change your destiny, decisions that could rewrite your story. And because you were distracted, because you were looking at a screen, scrolling, numbing your mind, you missed them. This is why distraction is more dangerous than danger itself. You see, if there is an external danger, a fire, a storm, an accident, you will notice it. Your senses will alert you. You will run. You will fight. You will do something. But when distraction becomes your habit, you don't even see the damage. You don't realize you're in danger. You think you're safe, sitting on your couch, scrolling through your phone, while time is slipping away, while opportunities are passing, while your potential is rotting inside you. And then one day you wake up, and it's too late. Let me give you an example. Imagine a warrior in ancient times. He has a sword, he has armor, he has strength. But during the battle, he gets distracted. Maybe he hears a sound, maybe he looks the other way. For just 1 second, he turns his head, and in that second, the enemy strikes. That's how distraction works. You don't need to be weak to lose. You only need to be distracted. Even the strongest warrior falls when his attention is stolen. Now apply that to your life. How many battles have you lost because you were distracted? How many relationships died because you were there physically but absent mentally? How many opportunities passed by because you were busy doing something meaningless? How many dreams never came alive because you didn't focus long enough to make them real? And the most dangerous part, you didn't even notice it happening. Shi Hengyi once said, "Where attention goes, energy flows." This is not just a motivational phrase, it is a law of life. Everything you give your attention to grows. Everything you neglect dies. If you focus on learning, you grow wiser. If you focus on health, your body becomes stronger. If you focus on love, your relationships flourish. But if you give your attention to distractions, they will multiply and take over your entire life. And that is why these days, September 12 and 15th, are dangerous, not because of what the world will do to you, but because of what you might do to yourself by being distracted. Let's go deeper. Why do we get distracted? Why do we allow our focus to be stolen? The truth is uncomfortable. We are afraid of facing ourselves. Distraction is not an accident. It is a choice. When you pick up your phone instead of picking up your responsibility, that is a choice. When you scroll through social media instead of working on your dream, That is a choice. And every choice has a cost. The cost of distraction is not just time, it is your future. People tell me, I'll start tomorrow, I'll focus later. But time is not guaranteed. Tomorrow is not promised. If God warns you about certain days, it means they carry weight, they carry energy, they carry lessons. If you sleepwalk through those days, you might miss the turning point of your life. Do you understand how serious this is? It is not about fear. It is about responsibility. If you are distracted on the very day that could change your destiny, that is the greatest danger you will ever face. Look around you. We live in an age where distraction is a business. Companies fight for your attention because your attention is money. They know that if they keep you scrolling, they control your life. And we let them. We give away our focus like it has no value. But your focus is your life. Wherever your attention goes, that is where your life goes. And if your attention is scattered, your life will be scattered. If your attention is lost, your life will be lost. So, what should you do? You must become a warrior of attention. You must protect your focus like it is your soul, because it is. Attention is the gateway to everything: your growth, your peace, your success, your happiness. Without attention, you cannot love deeply, you cannot work deeply, you cannot live deeply. You will exist, but you will not live. And that, my friend, is the greatest danger of all, to go through life distracted, to die without ever being awake. On September 12 and 15, don't just wake up physically. Wake up mentally, be present. Observe yourself, ask, where is my attention right now? Am I giving it to things that matter? Or am I wasting it on things that steal my life? Because every distraction you entertain is a thief. It steals from your health, your wealth, your relationships, your dreams. And thieves don't stop until you stop them. Distraction will come in many forms. It will come as entertainment, as comfort, as gossip, as fear, as excuses. It will come wearing a mask of pleasure, but underneath that mask is destruction. And you will feel it later, in regret, in missed opportunities, in broken promises to yourself. But you don't have to let it happen. You have a choice. You can take your attention back. Remember this, the world will always try to control your focus, but no one can force you to give it away. Only you can do that. So, on these dangerous days, guard your mind like a fortress. Remove the distractions. Silence the noise. Focus on what matters: your goals, your health, your growth, your faith. Because if you do, then danger becomes powerless. Danger is not the enemy. Distraction is. And when you defeat distraction, you defeat the greatest enemy of your destiny. On September 12 and 15, don't fear what might happen outside. Fear what might happen inside if you are not awake. Choose awareness over ignorance. Choose focus over distraction. Choose life over illusion. Because one day, you will realize that everything you wanted was always waiting for you. But only if you were present enough to see it. When you hear the word danger, the first emotion that usually arises in your heart is fear. Fear of loss, fear of failure, fear of pain, fear of the unknown. We associate danger with something that threatens us, something that can harm us or take away what we love. But have you ever thought about this? Danger is neutral. It does not come with an intention to destroy you or to make you stronger. It simply comes as a test. It is life saying, here is a challenge. What will you do with it? And the answer to that question is not written in the stars. It is not written in the date. It is written in your habits. The outcome of any dangerous moment depends on one thing: your discipline. You see, danger is like fire. To some, it burns and destroys everything. To others, it forges strength and power. The same fire that melts wax-hardened steel. So the question is, are you wax or are you steel? The answer lies in your preparation. If you wait until danger comes to start thinking about how to survive, you are already too late. You cannot build strength during the storm. You build strength before it. And that strength is called discipline. Shi Hengyi often says, discipline, is the bridge between intention and transformation. It is easy to talk about what you want. It is easy to set goals, to dream big, to say, I will succeed. But when danger comes, when the unexpected happens, when pressure rises, when things fall apart, your words mean nothing. The only thing that matters is what you have practiced every single day when no one was watching. That is discipline. Now, let us go deeper. Why is discipline so powerful in the face of danger? Because discipline creates stability, and stability is what danger cannot break. Think of a tree. When a storm comes, the trees with shallow roots are the first to fall. But the trees with deep roots stand firm, no matter how strong the wind blows. Discipline is your root. Every time you wake up early when you don't feel like it, every time you train your body when your mind says no, every time you choose focus over distraction, you are digging your roots deeper into the ground. So when the dangerous days arrive, when the winds of chaos blow, you are unshakable. On September 12 and 15, the world may not change dramatically, but your inner world will be tested. Maybe it will be a sudden problem, a financial challenge, a relationship issue, a health scare, or simply a moment where everything feels heavy. And in that moment, you will not rise to the level of your dreams. You will fall to the level of your discipline. Let me repeat that, because it is the essence of this truth. In dangerous times, you do not rise to your expectations. You fall to your training. If your daily habits are weak, you will break. If your daily habits are strong, you will conquer. But here is the challenge: most people only train when they feel like it. They only work when they are motivated. And that is why they fail. Discipline means doing what must be done, even when you don't feel like doing it. It means showing up for your life every single day, not just on the good days, but on the bad days, the boring days, the stressful days. Because the storm does not ask for permission before it arrives. It does not wait for you to feel ready. It comes when it comes. And when it comes, it is too late to prepare. You prepare now. Let me tell you something: danger does not destroy everyone. In fact, for some people, danger is the moment that transforms them completely. Why? Because discipline turns danger into power. When the storm comes, the weak curse the storm. The strong use the storm. They use the pressure to rise higher. They use the challenge to unlock a new level of strength. This is why I say September 12 and 15 are not warnings to make you afraid. They are invitations to make you strong. God is not saying, be afraid. God is saying, be ready. And readiness is built through discipline. Discipline is not punishment. Many people misunderstand this. They think discipline is about suffering, about restricting yourself, about living a life without joy. That is not true. Discipline is the highest form of self-love. Because when you are disciplined, you are telling yourself, I care about my future more than I care about my comfort. I care about my growth more than I care about excuses. Discipline is not taking freedom away from you. It is giving you real freedom. Because the truth is, without discipline, you are a slave. A slave to your emotions, a slave to your impulses, a slave to distractions. But when you have discipline, you are free. Free from chaos, free from weakness, free from fear. Imagine this. You wake up every day with a plan. You train your body. You feed your mind. You practice gratitude. You work on your goals. Even when it is hard, you refuse to waste time on meaningless things. What happens? You become strong. Not just physically, but mentally, emotionally, spiritually. And then, when danger comes, when the storm hits, you do not panic, you do not break. Because you have trained for this moment your entire life. That is the power of discipline. Shi Hengyi once said, the world does not care about your excuses. The world responds to your preparation. Think about that. When September 12 and 15 arrive, the world will not stop and say, oh, you are not ready. That's okay. No. The challenge will come whether you like it or